What up, what up, what up, Crypto Warriors? It's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. And sorry for me being missing in action for the past, I guess, 20 hours or so. I was just coming down with a little I guess, flu or something. I don't know. But I'm feeling better now. So here we are, getting back into it. And just keeping you guys updated on what's going on in our crypto world. So, Bill Browder, he's a CEO and financier, and basically he's saying that Bitcoin will come to a devastating end, and that it should be regulated and will be regulated, just like how we can't here in the United States take out more than $10,000 out of a bank, for instance. So he's making it his life's goal to get Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general regulated. Also, John Kerry, if you remember him, being the Secretary of State for the United States, they're saying that Bitcoin is real money. You know, Jamie Dimon also is saying that Bitcoin is real money, and Jamie Dimon is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. And you remember last summer, he came out and said that Bitcoin was a Ponzi and it's not real money, but now they're saying that Bitcoin is real money and should be taken seriously. All right, so let's have a quick look at the markets and what's going on in the world of crypto. All right, before we get to that, let's get to this part right here. So everything is pretty much in the green right now. Let me just hit a quick refresh. Let's see, yep. $562 billion market cap. And the last 24 hours, the volume, 31 billion. And Bitcoin dominance at 34.4%. So we're starting to have a little recovery here in the markets. And, you know, although we have a recovery, I still think this is a, you know me, it's still a great buying opportunity, because for the most part, everything over the past 7 days is still down, except for VeChain. Holy crap, look at that. 62%. But, you know, for the most part, everything hasn't recovered back to their, I guess, original prices a week ago. All right. And let's just get into these stories, man. It's gym time, baby. Gotta hit the gym. All right, so here it is. The story about Mr. Bill Browder, you know. And you know what? Let me pause Mozart for a quick second and just play this for you guys real quick. He was on CNBC.
On Bitcoin. So I've effectively devoted my life now to imposing sanctions on Russian crooks and crooks from around the world through this Magnitsky sanctions program. And Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are a way for bad dictators or criminals to bypass sanctions. And so from my perspective, and I think from the perspective of politicians around the world, they're not going to allow that to happen. They will eventually regulate all cryptocurrencies in the same way as you can't take out more than $10,000 out of the bank without reporting it to the U.S. government. And they're not going to allow for people to take $1 million worth of Bitcoin and move it from Russia to Switzerland. That's just not going to happen. And so eventually it's going to be regulated, and as it gets regulated, one of the prime aspects of Bitcoin will disappear, which is this libertarian freedom. What we've seen over the last 10 years is technologies get ahead of regulation. It's true with Facebook and Twitter and with information. It's true with Bitcoin in terms of money laundering. They will get to it, and when they get to it, it will be extremely tough. And
Yeah. So he's saying a lot of hateful things about Bitcoin. However, I had to look him up, right? I had to look him up to kind of, because he looked familiar to me. And it turns out he had a friend that was poisoned and killed. I guess, you know, he calls it being assassinated by the Russian government, because his friend of his was speaking out against Putin a lot. And, you know, he's saying that it was a documentary I watched a couple, like maybe last year or a couple of years ago. I can't remember. But anyway, ever since then, he's been on a mission to stick it to the Russian government. And, you know, in a quick thing here on Google, right? You know, here it is. I asked the Russian Deputy Prime Minister Dvorkovich, if you don't like sanctions, why don't you prosecute the people who killed Magnitsky? His answer, I don't care about sanctions. So, you know, the Russian government, you know, obviously don't care about sanctions, right? You know, you know, they're still going to do what they want to do. But this guy, Bill Browder, man, he's making it his sole mission to like really stick it to the Russian government. And he thinks messing with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is another way to sticking it to the Russian government, right? And it's just a personal vendetta of his to stick it to the Russian government. So that means he wants to disrupt or interfere with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, you know, by coming down with sanctions and, you know, not only sanctions, but, you know, regulation. That's the word I was looking for. He's coming down with regulation on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in general, right? So, you know, they're at this right now at the World Economic Forum, and you know, this is where also this leads into the next story, where, you know, former Secretary of State John Kerry says that, you know, saying that cryptocurrency, you know, it has value. So everybody at this World Economic Forum, all right, is pretty much either saying like, oh shit, Bitcoin is a real thing. You know, it has value. People, you know, are investing in it and putting money in it, and, you know, they believe in cryptocurrencies and, you know, and Bitcoin, and that, you know, there's a value to it, right? So, you know, he's there along with all these other politicians, and they're, you know, coming, you know, there's the Secretary of the Treasury, you know, came out and said certain things about Bitcoin. So, you know, after this forum is done, this World Economic Forum, there might be some things coming down the pipe, you know, as far as regulation is concerned. So we have to wait and see, pretty much, right? But, you know, here in this article here, and I'll link all these articles in the description below. You know, I'm not going to, you know, read to you guys like, you know, your children, you know, but, you know, here it is, you know, Jamie Dimon, again, he's, you know, in quotes, I'm not a skeptic. But last year, he said that it was a fraud and a Ponzi scheme, right? But now he's not skeptic of Bitcoin, you know. So, like I said in previous videos, everyone wants your Bitcoin. That's all it comes down to. Everyone wants your Bitcoin. Either they want to tax it somehow, or they just want your Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoins. Only 21 million, all right? There's 80% of it has already been mined. There's 16.4 million Bitcoins out there circulating in the world right now. However, there's probably like 20-some%, you guys can look this up, that's missing. You know, from the very beginning, people that got into Bitcoin from the very beginning, you know, they either lost the wallets or, you know, corrupted computers or whatever the case is, right? They have no access to those Bitcoin anymore. All right, and there's that story of that person that bought that 2 pizzas with what is now, you know, with Bitcoin, which is now worth, you know, how many millions of dollars right now, right? So, you know, the point is, everybody wants your Bitcoin, man, and these people will do anything and say anything, all right, to get their hands on your Bitcoin. So, you know, don't believe the FUD. Don't, you know, show your weak ass hands by selling when these people come out, you know, with their quote unquote regulations and, you know, whatever the hell the case may be. But just hold on to your Bitcoin. HODL the hell out of it. And if you have the opportunity, buy some more now. All right. But that's pretty much it as far as the story goes today. I'm actually doing some ICO research. right now on ICOalert.com, and I will be doing another review. I missed out on the Digitex ICO. That one really, it jumped off really well. I mean, in 17 minutes, I think they raised something like $52 million or something like that. I forgot. The email was sent to me, and I'll definitely try to get in on that ICO. And 5.2 million. I'm sorry. So they actually refunded me my money back to my Ethereum wallet, and because basically I missed out on it, right? So that's the cool thing about smart contracts. Once they reach their cap, whoever else put money into or send money to the wallet, once they reach their cap, it automatically sends it right back to you. So, but I think Digitex is really going to do cool things. So I'll be keeping a close eye on that, and when it hits the market, I'm gonna try to get in on it before it hits the market. The CEO came out in a video saying that he thinks that it's going to 10x before it even hits the exchanges. So it would have been nice to get in on that. I think it was 5 cents a coin or a penny per coin, I think it was. So whatever. We can't grab them all, right? But this is your boy Sergeant Crypto. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and please hit that like button. As that it does help the channel out and make YouTube showcase our video here on my channel to more viewers. So again, thanks for watching. It's your boy Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.